And tonight, he goes up against our #1 seed. He's also the world #1 defending champion and current world champion from Egypt, Mostafa Asal!
It's game on for the first men's quarter-final, the all-Egyptian encounter here in Birmingham. Mostafa Asal, the current world #1, world champion, defending British Open champion, taking on the gunslinger, Youssef Ibrahim. I'm Joe Barrington, joining me, David Campion. Good evening, David.
Good evening, Joey.
Really excited about this combination. We're going to see some explosive fireworks between these two very talented Egyptians, that's for sure.
Yeah, Sal's coming in here with a 2-0 head-to-head.
Certainly on the head-to-heads here. If we look at the British Open, now this was really interesting. This is when he came up against Ali Farag when he was a junior, and he took that first game. He's wearing the old eye mask there, David, and it was his first appearance in the British Open and already taking the game off the world #1 then. And then this was the epic battle that we saw last year. All the way to the wire, couldn't have been any tighter. Front left-hand corner ended up being a little bit of a funny situation. We didn't see it at the time, but Asal put the shot in and there was a bit of a hand situation. Ali Farag didn't go through. And he took British Open for the first time, so another Egyptian to win the British Open, David.
Well, there's been plenty of those, as we saw earlier, Joey. Incredible, phenomenal squash playing nation.
24 years of age, hitting world #1 for the second time, but this time round where everyone was fit and gunning for it. 78.4, David, that win rate will go up. Obviously, we've seen all the greats of the game that have dominated and gone into the 80%. So, I mean, he's not far off that now, approaching 300 matches.
Yeah, phenomenal player. And look at what he did at the World Championship, you know, going through in straight games against everybody. I mean, he's an incredible squash player, but his athleticism, he's so powerful and quick to the front, yet he's got incredible touch as well now. I mean, I think every so often you get players that, every decade or so, you get a player that takes the game to another level, and I think he is one of those right now.
Well, exciting times on a slightly aged men's tour. I feel that he's been released after that scare against the incredibly talented Joan O'Brien. Now this player in the light blue shorts has had his fair share of injuries for somebody of still a young age at 26, but goodness me, he's got some hands, David.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, the hand speed, isn't it? It's the hand speed through the ball, which is quite frightening, to be honest, if you're on the receiving end of that. It's some talent, this boy.
Starting to get used to moving on the glass floor again. He's got that typical kind of Egyptian movement at times where he slides in, puts his body through it, and because the glass floor's so grippy, it's made him quite uncomfortable, but he seems to be moving a lot better. He'll need that speed and balance coming in against Asal. I feel that this will be a cracker. He's playing his 220th match here in Birmingham. He'll have his brother, who coaches the US team. He's going to be advising him in between games. Kareem, his older brother. And of course, Mostafa Asal will have James Willstrop in his corner. The crowd are going to be really treated to a real battle between these. And you were pointing out the head-to-heads. Dave, just talk us through this one.
Yeah, I mean, he is too low head-to-head, but you know, looking at the results of Ibrahim recently, he's a little bit up and down. I know he's had his issues injury-wise, but you know, he's a danger. I mean, the match against Farag in Texas a few months ago, 3-2, 93 minutes. So, you know, he's never ever to be underestimated, even when he's, you know, he is coming back from situations that he's had body-wise.
The adjudicators for this first men's quarter-final, we've got Roman Spets from the Czech Republic, and he's not his identical twin. taking the VR.
Well, it's a wonderful setting.
Starting 30 seconds.
Can't get better than this, where legends are made, and it is so. Wonderful arena.
The presentation for this is of the highest. We've got Roy Gingell in the VR, just to confirm that. Roman Svech.
Starting 15 seconds.
Great experience for him. He's getting a lot more experience on the tour.
British Open 2025 men's quarterfinal match. Mostafa Asal of Egypt to serve. Youssef Ibrahim of Egypt to receive. Best of 5 games. Love all.
So we're getting it on now. Just say quarter of a mile away from the ball ring here in Birmingham. The speed is going to be apparent from the word go. What's your prediction on this one, David?
I'm going for an Asal victory. I think Ibrahim's got the potential to put together a series of incredible points. So I'd say 3-love, potentially 3-1 if he puts it together for a sustained period. But I just think the physicality of Asal is this is the British Open. He thrives in situations like this. Coming off the back of 3 continuous events, so he's done incredibly well. I mean, as we saw, Jonah Bryant nearly took him out, and should have done really. The back end of that 4th was his. But look, I think he's had a couple of easier days, and he'll be well up for this now.
Great perspective of being on court with the players, that lower tier view.
Yeah, I like that view, Joey. I really like that. Brings you in a little bit more, doesn't it? Just looking at the last couple of times, well, obviously the only 2 times I played on PSA. Hong Kong Open was the last time, November 23, when Asal won 3-love in 56 minutes. The time before that was about 2 years ago, May 23, Alguna International, 3-2 in 80 minutes actually. Looking at my sheet. So it's been a while.
Handout 2-1.
Nice finish there from Asal. Great technique. Just made that look incredibly easy. It wasn't, of course.
No, I mean the contrast, isn't it, with the power and then the touch. You can just turn it on within 2 shots. The 2 extremes.
Yeah, there's a lot of range there, isn't there? He's obviously well noted for his power, but he's a fantastic squash player. I mean, the variety that he has, the angles that he plays, and phenomenal power and speed to the front. I mean, it's quite frightening at times, isn't it, how he gets onto that ball.
Down.
It's got to be the sharpest start we've seen from Asal in this event.
Yeah, I think the match with Jonah, then a couple of easy days, has obviously set him up nicely, hasn't it? Time to recover, refresh, freshen up mentally probably more than anything.
Handout.
Do you find Ibrahim reminds you a little bit of a few Shabana-isms there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, incredible. I mean, shot maker, isn't he? And clean striker. I mean, the striking is incredible. It's so clean. It's just the error rate, really. The unpredictability of what he can do like that. But then it's the error rate, really, at this level.
And that's the artillery. I mean, he was beautifully balanced there.
Yeah, incredible stat that how Chabana, 4 times world champion, three years at world #1 in his
Never
career.
won a British Open.
Never won a British Open.
No, I know. It was,
you forget that, don't you?
yeah, you do. He struggled with the British Open. He struggled with events in his own backyard. He felt the pressure when he was in Cairo, playing in his own. This man certainly doesn't. Absolutely loves playing in Egypt.
Well, it's a show-off, I think. And it's a good pattern from Ibrahim Asal under some pressure. Great width, great awareness actually to get that width from there. Just to bypass the volley. He knew that Ibrahim would be following up on that. Just that very accurate volley drop in. It's tight. These are great lines from both.
Right box. 5-3.
Sal looking very relaxed, though, very comfortable here, I think.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's a player that you imagine it's incredibly hard to relax against Ibrahim because of the stop-start play. You know, he can come up with this absolute magic and then suddenly hit a few tins. It's hard to kind of get a gauge with him. You don't really know what you're going to expect necessarily, do you?
No, he's not a player you can really contain, but it's hard to anyway. I mean, you can't just put the ball glued to the side wall the whole match. So, you know, I feel like Sal's getting the balance here about right. He's patient, but he's also taking his opportunities and attacking the ball very well so far. Very comfortable in terms of how he's looking, anyway. Little cross-court fake down the line.
Well, there's so many options. Oh, great shot. How he dug that one out. Oh, he wasn't far away. Ibrahim hadn't read that.
Handout. 4-6. Handout. 7-4.
It's a beautiful shot.
Well, the raw is evident there for Ibrahim. He's got some support here in Birmingham, that's for sure. It's been a good performance from him in this first game. It's behind by 2 points. talking about the sweat. Both players in agreement there, just wanting to just make sure that floor is secure.
It's almost like the calm before the storm, isn't it, this, Joey? Just feeling each other out a little bit.
Yeah, big time. I mean, it's compared to some of the players, it's still pretty storm-like, but it will explode at some point, I'm sure, in the most positive of manners.
Yeah. Ibrahim, he's been a little bit careful about opening up, but then also he's got the artillery and he needs to attack, but being measured at the right time, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I like the best singular game I've seen Ibrahim play was against Diego Elias in Hong Kong last year in December. He played a beautiful kind of orthodox game, but there was still always the threat of the attacks, so he was sapping the legs of his opponent. Wonderful shot. Honestly, I mean, the roars are just an absolute scandal. Acoustics here are perfect.
Court service, please.
I think when you've got weaponry like this, firepower like he has, it's almost so tempting on every shot to get on the attack, isn't it? And
well, I can't relate to that, David.
Don't talk yourself down, Joey. You're a fine squash player.
I mean, but this is with that. Going back to that point you made, though, but with that, it's the threat of the ball to go short and then taking it deep and hitting it accurately deep and then finally doing it. I mean, it's killer to play, and that's obviously where Shabana was the ultimate artist at that.
Well, he found the balance, didn't he? I think Ibrahim just gets a little bit too excited and overdoes it, overcomplicates sometimes and exposes himself. And especially against a player like Asal, who's so powerful to the front. One too many for me. Yeah, you know, that's what I'm talking about. There's the two shots there. He had Asal on full stretch. That one needed to go deep. Just reset the rally and make him work that diagonal.
Yeah, that's the first kind of glimpse, isn't it, of just slightly over-egging it on the short work.
There's a poor shot. Poor shot in the middle. Came out as well.
Red box, 9-6.
I mean, that's no argument there at all. 9-6 now. Asal's played well. He's played very well.
Yes, lads. 9-6. Red box.
Doesn't look like he sweats at all. His hair's bone dry, David. I swear.
Work down that right wall.
Look at that.
Look at that. Accurate from both.
This is wicked.
Opened himself up there, look.
Tight.
Yes, lads. Red box, 9-6.
A little bit fortunate to get a let, I feel there. There was definitely interference, the quality of the shot. No discussion from Asal. But the quality of the work, particularly down that right-hand wall. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
You've got to love that. Floor sidewall, David.
Yeah, great shot and a great finish. Incredible hands, look at that.
Asal has a broken racket.
Well, that does not surprise me. On the second attempt from the second tight ball, just previous to this winning shot, Asal smashing his racket to get the ball off. He's a player that only uses, he never gets them restrung. Do you know that? So he always uses a fresh racket.
Brand new racket each time, eh? What does he do with the
well, this is
leftovers?
it. I mean, he obviously doesn't throw them in the bin. They must go. They have to go to juniors or to people. But it's kind of quite tennis-esque, isn't it? It's like and they come factory strung, and he just uses them straight out of the wrapper.
Factory strung with
Technifiber, yeah, which is, to explain to the viewers, known for its string quality. And they make rackets, and they come with the kind of world-class string in, the green string there.
Yeah, it's a premium string anyway, isn't it?
It is. You see that Ibrahim probably has the trademark Technifiber string. It's green.
Yeah, although he's using Harrow, he's got the Technifiber string in his racket. Yeah, so. Well, Asal, he's very much respecting Ibrahim here. He knows the danger. Look, he's trying to keep him at bay, trying to bypass that volley middle section. But then, of course, you know, he can pull out these winners from anywhere, so it always has you on edge a little bit.
Yeah, he does. He wasn't far away on that. He went for the cross-court nick, clipped the top of the tin.
10-7, game ball.
This is where I think, you know, this is why, for me, this is why Ibrahim hasn't quite made that next leap into that top bracket. Just, and that was such an unnecessary error at such a crucial point. 9-7, first game, he's playing very well.
Again, he just hit the nail on the head with that as well. It had to be a nick because Asal was already there.
He was still on his left, wasn't he? So the right wall was the space.
You know, it had to be a nick. So, I mean, if he'd have just hit that straight down and reset the rally or even played a winner straight. But Mostafa Asal has brought his A game here. As David rightly said, he's respecting the gunslinger all the way.
Can we have a court service?
He's doing an incredible job of containing him, but yet using his own attacks and artillery. 16 minutes of some very kind of high throttle squash, and it's Asal that leads the first quarter-final by 1 game to love.
Yeah, I think Asal will be very pleased with that opening game. He looked to keep Ibrahim just at bay enough. High quality affair from both. I mean, incredible skills, as you see there, from Ibrahim on occasions, but just you know, some poor decisions, one or two unforced errors which were completely unnecessary. But Asal looking very comfortable, very confident, and playing some great squash in this opening first game. James writing his poems in his poem book.
Resume in 60 seconds.
It's quite fitting to be the Rep Theatre with his amateur dramatics. They're very contrasting characters, these two. We go to Ibrahim's corner, they're the brothers.
Yeah.
As I say, Kareem just a couple of years older.
James is rehearsing for his upcoming play today. This afternoon, whilst Mostafa's resting.
Kind of see that skit in the hotel room. Mostafa obviously snoring away, sleeping, and James in the mirror talking to himself. Oh, there's DJ Shah. Yeah, good work. Give us a wave. Putting the music out, such an important part of the whole event entertainment, isn't it? To have a live DJ, get that crowd going in between the kind of dead space between matches and rallies.
The production is fantastic, isn't it? Super. One of the big events, well, a huge event of the year, but the production is just first class.
Well, he's won a rally hitting a straight, tight ball.
Handout.
Encouraging for him. It's not extravagant winner at the front, just your bread and butter quality length.
He's got the skills and the ball control really to put the ball where he wants. So it comes down to his decision making for me against these players.
The line is more to the right. Yeah, the line is more to the right. Too long.
It's a pretty solid referee. Roman Svech actually played a very high level at juniors. Bang. I mean, how easy does he make that look? Pretty much a kind of full follow through, and the ball so close to the front wall. Oh.
Yeah, great technique. Really cut through that very nicely, score the pace out, it took the legs out of it, left it very short. Brilliant execution, that.
Such a really nice matchup between these two, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was just looking at Ibrahim, and you know, with his skills and his hands and his abilities. I mean, so many. Yeah, so talented, isn't he? But I think where he could make improvements for me would be not just some of the decisions that he makes, but I think a lot of his decisions, he gets into poor positions, like footwork and body position sometimes. So therefore, you know, when he clips walls or he leaves it loose, it tends to be, looking at him, it tends to be more about his body position and footwork as well. Now, if you combine that with his skills in his hands and his racket work, I mean, that...
Yeah, I mean, that was dealt with. Just to go back to that point you were saying, so again, to use the comparison, because they're about keeping that back wall clear. The comparison with Shabana. Shabana was always, you know, so organised with his feet.
So set, so balanced. You know, just always in a. It just made it look so incredibly easy by being in such a good position all the time. Defending well here, Asal.
Again, I mean, you've got to be all over that. I mean, floor sideball, that you've got that on your front door, haven't you?
Yeah, he's got. I mean, he's got outright winners just through the quality of, you know, the shots that he makes, whether it's a tight length or to the front. He's going to hit winners. He'll get plenty of those through the match.
Yeah, there's no funny business here. It's just getting that sweat sorted. We can see the droplets. There's so many cameras, David. It's hard to choose.
Thank you.
Would you have thought, you know, back in the day when you were chasing a ball around the early 80s as a junior, that we'd be here playing on a glass floor?
Thank you.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, it's evolved so much, hasn't it? I mean, it's an incredible the way the game's developed, and you know what we're looking at now. The setting that you're looking at there is phenomenal. Well, the glass floor has mixed reviews, I believe.
Settling down now, I feel. I don't want to jinx anything here. It's a warm environment here, and it seems to be working superbly well. Certainly did on that cross-court nick from Asal, who's kind of come back into this early stage of the second game, just within 1 point. Oh, through the legs. It's little scissor kick. Well adjusted there by Ibrahim.
4 all.
I mean, that was a crucial point. 4-3, 5-3, 4 all. It's big. It might not seem like a lot, but a 2-point buffer at midway section, that's a point to really fight for, not give away quite so easily as he did. Lovely shots. That's a good pressure from Ibrahim.
Handout 5-4.
Well, look at that vista, honestly. Pick your seat.
I love the wraparound, Joey.
Yeah.
The 180 wraparound is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's not a bad seat in the house, eh?
No, not at all. These guys are setting a very high level for the quarterfinals for the men tonight. Quality of the squash has been superb. Some really good variety as well.
Stroke to Asal.
Locked in.
Handout.
Yeah, Sal's he's been quite measured here, and he's quite, I wouldn't say playing safe, but he's just keeping Ibrahim just where he can see him. And
yeah, what's been good is the defensive play from Asal. You know, he's always
5-4.
renowned for the power, hard hitting. Of course, he's got the finesse, but the defensive play, the reset of the rallies, I've liked. It's a nice part of this game that's been developing. Been developing this last phase. Again, we're just making sure the floor is secure. Both players in agreement.
fantastic touch from Ibrahim, front left.
Handout 6-5.
Left that very short there, Joey.
Yeah, he needed that. Ball is starting to soften up nicely. That's another great shot. It was a stroke.
Ball came back at you. It actually bounced. Okay. Player review, Ibrahim, on a stroke decision. Can we have a court service, please?
Didn't seem to be that much life in the ball, but
this is the best angle.
it's quite a long way from that, Joey.
Yeah, he's a long way from it. He's a long way from that. The problem that Ibrahim is, he's got
direct access.
Yeah, well, it's the movement slightly of Ibrahim because he's awkward there and he can't clear it. But I don't know if he should be going round Ibrahim, up around the middle and across. So up round the right shoulder of Ibrahim, rather into the back for the stroke. They perceive that the line is straight through Ibrahim.
Ibrahim has one review remaining. Handout 6-4.
Good to see some little ones in the front rows there.
Either, Joey,
that was just what the doctor ordered, and it was acknowledged respectfully by Asal. It was a decent serve, it wasn't an awful serve at all.
I think because he didn't quite put in the nick the previous one, he thought, I will this one.
Yeah, he's going back in.
Practicing, eh?
Great confidence and composure, and we've got a quality back end of this second. Oh, it wasn't far away, slightly off balance.
Handout.
Just so tempting for him, though, to use his hands so much when that's probably the wrong option again, look. Leaning back and Asal's moving through.
And that is what you're talking about, David. You know, he's got all the attributes there, but it's those situations that really, it's a bit of a dolly drop for somebody of Ibrahim's skill level, and he's gifted it at such an important part, and that does happen with him at this level.
I didn't think he moved his feet quickly enough and got into position and took the ball a fraction earlier. You know, it was dipping on him almost a little bit. Puts pressure on the line, but that's what I mean. Because he's so skilled, it's tempting to just get into your hands all the time and just rely on that.
So a little bit lazy on the feet.
Well, he should never have made that error. I mean, that's 2 errors, very costly at this stage. I mean, 2 love down, highly unlikely that he can make, you know, then go in and beat Asal, you know, from 2 down.
No.
So at this stage, it's vital that you.
Oh, he's reviewing. This is the first review that we've seen from the Raging Bull. Looking at the second bounce, the key here is to look at the second bounce. This condenses it, but if you look at it from the no let's gone in there. The second bounce looked like it was closer.
Remaining winning shot. More to the right.
To go round him, eh? He's asking for him to go round, but on that instance, but.
Thank you.
Well, Ibrahim just getting his feet going, trying to keep alert. I mean, that was from a poor Asal shot as well. I mean, Asal's cross-court was wild.
And he's made three unforced errors in the business end of this game.
Just being told off about the hand wiping. Just to reiterate to the viewers, it's for the TV, just to keep that back wall nice and clean, no smears. Wipe the hands on the sidewall if need be, or even on the fleal.
Get the feeling that Asal doesn't want to light this up and trade. You know, he's doing a great job here. His approach play, his work to the back has been you know, very good. I mean, look, it's.
Oh, we squeezed the error there, and the other point, taking a bit more pace off those kind of bread and butter drives down the backhand. Backhand, he takes the pace off quite a lot. Forehand, he seems to be taking it off a bit more than usual.
Yeah, well, he's got plenty of range there now, hasn't he? Just, you know, he's up and down the ladder in terms of like height and pace and cut lines, and then he'll thump it, and then he'll lift. You know, there's a lot happening. Subtlety, just in a simple length work. It's very good. It's a nice lift.
There's the defensive work from Asal.
Nice switch of pace again. Very good.
Very good, very good. I mean, this is, I mean, I don't want to point out the obvious, but it's beyond world class from Mostafa Asal. Any of these fans, well, we've got a physio request, so that's not good news for Ibrahim, but I mean, Asal's squash is 9 out of 10 here. He knows exactly what he's about. Viewers watching live here at the Red Theatre seeing world #1, world champion status squash, 34 minutes. I mean, leading now 2 games to love in this first quarter-final for the men.
Well, it's a very good open. 2 games from Asal here. Pretty much a similar pattern, well contested, but just the error count again from Ibrahim. You know, 3, 4 unforced errors, which, you know, unnecessary. Yeah, at this level in this quarter-final against a player like Asal, who's really on form here tonight. It's not the scintillating winners and errors and winners and pace and intensity so much. It's just the quality of what he's doing to keep Ibrahim exactly where he wants him. So fantastic squash on many levels, really, from Asal at this stage to take a 2-love lead.
We'll resume in 60 seconds.
Oh no, that's the... he sustained the injury, Nelguna, where he dived on the floor and injured his shoulder. He beat Gawat, but he was unable to continue into the next round. So Derek Ryan, who's the World Tour physio.
30 seconds.
Is that the deltoid that he injured in when he fell?
15 seconds. Back on court, please.
Just wondering if it was the other shoulder when he fell, when he dived, but...
On court, please.
You know, his body has had a battering. I mean, the real nightmare for him has been his knee, his left knee, which took him out for quite a long period of time, and I think he'll be okay, but he's going to need everything he can get to throw at Asal with 2-love deficit here.
Mr. Ibrahim, please just make sure you're back on time. Asal leads 2 games to love. Start the game, please. Love all.
Well, it'll just be interesting to see what Ibrahim does here. I mean, he's played some high-quality squash himself, but just whether he, as the ball softens a little bit, whether he gets on the attack a little bit more now, whether it's allowed to even.
1 love. Beautiful counter drop from Asal there. So, You wanna use your
so
review?
soft and short.
Okay, player review. Ibrahim on a good decision.
He's questioning the pickup. Yeah, looks like he got that.
Good decision upheld.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about these? Obviously, you've watched a lot of squash in this last phase, and the increase in the quality of the broadcast. You've got a lot of people that have opinions about the TV side. I mean, the improvements have been. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's the camera work, the super slow-mo. It shows a lot of things, doesn't it? But it's yeah, I mean, it's just superb, really. The quality of the production these days. It's really moving the game forwards, I feel. Great line from Ibrahim.
And out. 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, this is quality stuff.
And out.
Doesn't put a foot wrong, is he, tactically? And the mix of play from Asal has been really, really impressive.
Yeah, high to low, knows when to inject. Too close.
4-1.
Shot wasn't really on from there in that position.
I wasn't sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I'm not sure whether Asal was conceding that or whether the final shot was too good.
Hand out.
Well, the final shot was definitely of the highest quality. Ibrahim's shoulder looks okay.
Down. Three, four.
Good phase here from Ibrahim. These last couple of rallies put some squash together.
There's the contrast of the power and the touch. Good defensive work from Ibrahim.
No luck.
Yeah, that's a good decision, and nothing, no dispute there from Asal.
Red box.
Ibrahim did well
4-4.
with going back to what you made the point of his feet. Got his feet in good position there to produce that backhand straight drop type. Again, this is another angle. Check this one out as we see it now. We haven't had a look at this one while we've...
Throw to Asal.
Oh, we'll have another go, David.
Well, I was just about to say, it's a very important phase as well. 3 points on the bounce. The momentum was with him, and then all of a sudden it's third shot into the rally and he's given a stroke away.
Please. Can I ask both of you to go to the towel now, Mr. Ibrahim?
Momentum's such a big thing, Joey, isn't it? In that, you know, coming, especially when you're 2 love down and you've...
I mean, you barely get an inkling against these very top players. I mean, Ibrahim's a danger, we know that. He's you're reiterating the matches that he's had, you know, with Farag and those top players at times. He's been a real tricky customer, but
He's a danger, isn't he?
he is a danger, but he's being dealt with. He's being dealt with. I mean, we're at the mid-stage here. There's been no panic from Asal in any way, and he's got the balance of the defensive work, the paces, you know, when he wants to unleash himself. He's in a really good mindset. So here we go, David. This is the lower front wall cam.
Camera that you like, Joey, the camera
Well,
angle.
every time we go to it,
Yeah, you were very quick there. It actually took some time before the ball came in.
yeah, every time we go to it, there's a stroke that happens. See it there. Oh, what would you have given there if you were?
The left. 5.
No, that. Interesting.
Well, that's. I think he. That was could have been dangerous if he'd have played that. Oh, he served an ace as well, just to rub salt in the wound.
6, 4.
Well, it looks like we're not going to get much viewing point on that front wall camera, David. We'll have to save it for later in the evening.
I think the producers heard it. I mean, you must have annoyed him, Joey. Yeah, he annoyed with himself there. He's trying to trickle boast from a difficult angle.
Hand out. 5, 6.
Simple lift on that one, I think.
Thank you. 5, 6.
This is the angle, Joey. Here you go. You're back in.
Back in. This is when it gets really cute. This angle is when they go into the front. So they start working the ball in the front. You start to see a couple of flicks or a bit of deception. But the quality to the back, they're just waiting. There we go.
There we go, Joey.
Bang on cue. I mean,
get
that
so
speed is
excited.
big time, isn't it? It's like sitting on the front of the tin. Oh. This is... This is fireworks now, David. Absolute fireworks! I mean, that is beyond deafening. I'm sure I've seen Zena Woodridge's hair lift off then and went back on her head, but that was something else. Look at that. What a shot, and then you get the slow-mo.
Some shot and some rally. Incredible rally, eh?
Oh, my goodness me. Just behind. If you were playing the shoes game, which is a length game where you put the markers down, it had gone straight in the shoe, that backhand drive.
Ladies, can I ask you the middle of the court?
So again, just making sure it's secure after that commitment. Ibrahim having to throw his body at that straight line. But again, Asal, that's the first time we've had the real shootout. The explosion, it hasn't quite got to that. And what's a nightmare for Ibrahim is that he's come out second best there.
Yeah, they're the rallies that he...
Handout.
Yeah, he went all in, didn't he? The gunslinger went all in on that one.
7-5.
But just that power onto the ball, that final shot down the line, incredible power. Not just in the hitting, but the movement. That's what's so tough to deal with him, you know, with Asal. I think it's just the taste of what he does things on occasions.
Let box. 7-5.
Very well adjudicated by Roman Svech.
Czech junior #1?
He was, yeah.
Yeah. Senior #1?
He coaches his younger brother, Daniel, Peter, I think it is. And then the Czech #2, Daniel McBeeb. So he still works on court with players. So tuned into the game in that way. And 8-5 now.
Yeah, the unforced error from Ibrahim. Backhand drop. Two heavy rallies.
Again, that's just
dealt with.
Yeah. Too much pressure. Too much pressure. When he's throwing everything at him, Asal's kind of taking the bullet and moving forward. He's nullifying that.
To go to tower now. Good. From the left, 9-5.
He hasn't played remotely badly, Ibrahim. It's just been a world #1 performance. This is the type of performance that we saw at the World Championships in Chicago. Player not being able to even get a singular game off of Asal.
Asal's remaining patient mainly because he knows that he'll get some reward, he'll get something from Ibrahim. Knows it's coming at some stage.
Oh, goodness me. Again, every time he hits a winner that's out of this world, he gets applauded by Asal. I mean, he absolutely carved down on that. Look at the strings. His face there, he's like, oh, I do like that.
What was that?
Yeah, it's very cool. What's your favourite part of the tournament? The quarterfinals, or depending on draws and things?
I mean, I always thought the quarters was a good day because there's lots of matches.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and sometimes when you get into the final, if people are the heavyweights have knocked the daylights out of each other,
6-9.
But I think for me, probably semi-finals day. Top 4 in the world.
Well, Asal is approaching the semi-finals. He's 2-love and 9-6. I like the fact he's looking in, he's trying, the crowd are behind Ibrahim. I want to see more squash between these two.
7-9.
Again, punching power. It's all down to racket head speed.
Yes, lads.
I think he thought that was going in the cross-court neck, didn't he?
Yeah,
Like
he
we all
did.
did.
First movement was certainly to the left-hand side.
Can we have a court service?
It wasn't that accurate, but did it have enough power and deception on it to warrant the no-let? So the original decision is a let ball. Asal is reviewing this.
There was life in it off the back wall, though, wasn't there?
I think that's a let ball. It's correct. When you see it there, he can adjust. He can adjust and get that.
Yeah, just a simple traffic
Yes,
issue.
lads. Decision upheld. Asal has no reviews remaining. He just put him off balance a bit. Accidental, nothing wrong. It just happened. From the left. 7-9.
Again, a very good bit of adjudicating from Roman Svets. Yeah, that's a loose one, and that will be punishing because it sets the Raging Bull up with 3 match balls
10-7 match ball.
to give himself another day off before a semi-final on Saturday. 3 match balls. Oh my goodness me! The recovery, yeah.
Court service,
Safety.
please.
The recovery. I mean, thankfully squash is in the Olympics in LA, and sadly, breakdancing's been taken out for the bizarrest reasons. I thought that was going to stay in for a long period of time, and Asal could have easily have gone into the Egyptian breakdancing team there easily. I mean, this. Look at
From the
that.
left.
I mean, how does he do that? Look at this. Look at this.
10-7.
I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Match
It's
ball.
like Matrix X, X, S, even. 3 match balls again.
Video referee decision, Mr. Asal appeal.
Desperately trying to get the handshake there, but we've gone to VR. That's Roy Gingell. He's not had any activity, really. Look at this one. Is it going to be a stroke? Oh, that looks tight. Looks tight on Ibrahim. Looks a bit more distance on that perspective. It is a stroke, so ends in a stroke.
11-7.
Very good match. Very, very good match. I mean, what a performance from Mostafa Asal.
11-7.
Overcome a healthy Youssef Ibrahim in 3 games. That is something very, very good stuff. Wait for his celebration. Slowly becoming, but that was very, very slick. Point to your mind because you were as focused could be.
Yeah, very, very mature performance from Mostafa Asal. He dealt with Ibrahim. He was a real danger for any player. So he'll be very happy with that. The Asal camp will be delighted, and he moves into the semi-final unscathed, looking sharp, and looking more importantly, he looks in a good place mentally.
So we're going to hear from him now with Michael Absalom down on stage.
Thanks, Joey. Yeah, a great performance, a world #1 performance, they described that. Did that feel like a world #1 performance to you?
No, it's just like, I don't take it like that, you know, to be honest. Just, Youssef is amazing, you know. He's amazing. He's a kind of a player that he can beat anyone on his day. I know he's not 100%. He struggled with an injury in his shoulder in Laguna. So I know he's just, that shows how his fighter he is. And he's just playing and playing and playing, beating Gawad, you know, and just he can beat anyone, to be honest. It's just Youssef, who, without injuries, he can go easy to world #1. So I'm really proud of calling him a brother. You know, we actually shared rooms together since we were young, and especially actually in Sheffield, actually in the British Junior Opens and the World Championships, and actually we actually trained together since we was young. And I tell you what, actually the first person who inspired me to play squash, my uncle actually was training Youssef at Wadi Degla, and I was just coming and I'm playing football. I'm not interested at all at squash. So I saw Youssef winning like under 11s nationals. Then I said, wow, what is this, you know? And then I played the sport. So look here we are actually playing, you know, in the British Open prestigious event. I'm playing in the quarters, battling for the semis. So absolutely, like, I'm so happy and proud to be sharing a court together here.
That's your opponent in this one. Nice words and some great stories. I hadn't heard that one before, actually. Nice little insight. So you'll face either Victor Crouin or his opponent in the next match, Joel Macon. Who do you prefer to face out of those two? Joel Macon, presumably, because he's sort of got the backing of the Birmingham crowd. But who do you think will win that one and tee that one up for us as well?
Actually, it's going to be like hopefully it can go to 5 for sure. And yeah, you know, like here the crowd is amazing. It's just you know, I appreciate every single shot. I know he's having the edge, but like you know, it's just amazing crowd, to be honest. Just when we play, you know, and I remember last year was a thriller in the final. So I'm really happy to play in front of you guys. It's just amazing venue, amazing crowd, and hopefully we can progress in here.
Good stuff. We won't take up too much more of your time. I know you've got to get to the fan zone to do a bit more work. Ladies and gentlemen, Mostafa Asal.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. It's interesting to hear the back.